How do all? And how are we all doing on what is a glorious day in the UK at the moment? It has been for the last 2 weeks. I think it's been like this now. Anyway, I've got to readjust. Oh God, the arm I've got my camera on. I'll have to do. Anyway, so what I've been up to? Been working on certain stuffs. I've had a few issues with the big Audi I'm doing. The motorbike has come to a grinding halt at the minute. I can't remember why, but yeah, it's a few little issues that I've had to take care of over the last month or so. But I seem to be ironing out pretty well. So, yep. So all good news there on that now. So it's just, yeah, getting back on the track and rolling the dice again. So basically what it is I've got this far with the Audi. So it's actually got its blue colour on. And a bit of colour on the back, on the front. So I'm on the interior of it. I'll have to do another video on this to show you where I've caught up to. And basically I bought some decal a little while back, and it was the carbon fibre, the rear fin aerofoil, whatever you want to call it. The only thing was, when I cut it to size, it's sticky and it's starting to come off because it's meant for radio controlled cars to stick on them. So I thought, well, the only way around it now is because it went a bit cranky on the end there, and that side was all right, this side was great. But where I did it in two pieces, you can see there it's where it's starting to lift on the edge. So it's a bit of a pain in the butt. So I'm going to have to take it off. And I was thinking of doing it in one complete sweep of wrap. But that's for another video. So that's the Audi. So I've got kind of that far on the Audi. The only other thing was the chap that does it, Christian, hello mate, he sent me a set of discs that were all from one side of the car. So I'm just now waiting on getting the other side sorted so that they're the right way around. Otherwise it looks a bit odd with all these calipers going the wrong way. I could cut a slot in them, put them back on, and it'd be the right way round, but the caliper would be upside down, so the leads where the brake lines come out of and the sensors would all be down the bottom instead of at the top. So yeah, so I just got to wait to get that part sorted and then I can crack on. But I was having issues with the deck. I've never worked with thermo decals before. I've never heard of them. It was my first ever working with them, and the minute you pull them off the backing sheet, they curl up and they look like scrolls. So you've got to open them out, put them on the model. Now, of course, I was trying everything because I know decals as being decals. Well, these aren't normal decals. So I've been told by the guy that printed them, the answer to the cure to the problem is lots of water. But it just didn't seem like the decal had enough glue on the back to get it to stick down. And that was the kind of problem. That's why the thing's not got any decals on it, only apart from the little instruments in the cab. So I've got to take the dive in the deep end and go about seeing, just put one decal on the roof, the big decal on the roof, and and just basically see what happens. But if there is anybody out there other than the two people I know, that have supplied the decals and made the car. If there is anybody else out there that knows anything about thermo decals and how to get them, you know, then yeah, right in the bottom, let me know, because every little helps, you know, every little helps on that subject. So moving on, I got something new. This is brand new. Now, I haven't done a video on this yet, and I said to the guy when I got it I would do it virtually on the next day or the day after. And the reason I haven't is because I wanted to see how this thing goes together, because obviously when you 3D print things, not depending on how good your 3D printer is, how good everything is, it deters whether, you know, it all lines up. So what I did was I got the sections, put them together. They looked all right, but there was a couple of was slightly out of shape. But then I noticed that there was little markers to drill peg holes, and this would bring it all into shape. So I thought, right, how I'm going to go about this is I'm going to have to make these pieces and join them all together, because if I start drilling holes and start pulling and pushing them apart, something's going to break. So it was only a one hit, so I had to drill the holes, in which case I think a couple of them, the drill actually went through the resin, and I thought, you know, but I stopped what I was doing and I just thought, right, I've got enough holes to, and amazingly it's gone together absolutely Christo. Now I'll show you the box. I won't go any further into it, but I'll show you it is. But I'll do a separate video on this. But this is what it is. And Aaron, I think that's how you say his name. It's not how you spell it, but I think that's how he's, or Arjen, from the Netherlands. He made it. And I saw this on Facebook, on the internet, got in contact with him, and yeah, and he sent me, it took a while, because obviously he has to print all of the bits off, but yeah, he printed it off, he sent it over, and we'll take a look at this in another video. But there it is, a 144th Beluga. I've actually seen this aircraft for real. It was at Heathrow not that long ago, and also it was doing touch and goes at Luton Airport. So, bingo. So look out for this one. I'll put it over there. Right. And the final thing is the motorbike, the giant motorbike I was doing. So got as far as this. So this is it here. The engine's in the frame. I don't know why I stopped. But it all came to a bit of a grinding halt. I can't remember. Oh, that was it, because I was waiting for parts from De Agostini. The parts turned up. They were the wrong parts. So I then had to get in touch with them again and said, look, you know, they're not. Then they sent the right parts, but the right parts were still discoloured and they looked bloody awful. So I had to wait again, and it took virtually a month for them to send them through. But I've got all the bits now, so hopefully I'll be able to carry on with that. Plus I learned some new things on the way building. This is amazing how, you know, you sort of do modelling, and I mean, I'm not one to think I know everything, but I just know what I know to do what I do. And doing that, I started discovering, you know, new techniques on how to weather things and how to paint things, how to get around things. Same with that Audi. You know, I picked up what is it? Like this is a bag of bits and bobs. You know, people throw tags away, so I pick up the tags and get the elastic off, and it's used for, you know, pilot. I mean, there's more silicon tube in there that you can use for hoses and stuff on the bikes, on the cars. And yeah, it looks really, really good at the end of it. I'm just looking around here. I don't think of anything else that I was doing. So I've got the Sea King. Again, I don't know why I stopped that. I stopped that for some reason. But I'll get back on and finish that. And the big Strykhawk helicopter. Now, the only reason I stopped that is because I didn't know what the interior was. And then not only that, there were certain bits and bobs on the outside that I wanted to have a look at the real thing. They can draw through the internet, but the internet just bangs out loads and loads of pictures. They're all different aircraft, and as I've learned through working with aircraft, not everyone's the same. They might all have, you could have a row of 747s or a row of Tornadoes, all in, RAF or civvy schemes, and every single one is different. Every single one. Even if they were painted up all the same, they're all different. They've all got some quirky little bit at the bottom there. So Cavu do a book on that helicopter, and I do believe it is out now. But it was 40 quid to buy from America. And then because of Captain Tango, it was 73 quid to get here. And I thought, I'm not buying that. That book is not, not worth that much money. That's like that puts it up in the category of books of like what I've got. I've got one, or did have one behind me, and it was about £130 book, but it was a thick hardback book, loads of pages of coloured photographs of the aircraft in hand, and rackets of history at the back. Now that's an interesting book when it's this thick, but when it's this thick, it's like a magazine type book, and it's bad enough it's 40 quid, but the man's got to make his money somewhere. But 73 quid to get it here to the UK, no chance. So I'm waiting for the bookshop to get in touch and say, right, it's in, we've got it in, and then I'll go and pick a copy up, or get them to send it to us probably, because I don't know where they are now. But so that's why that's on hold. But the actual helicopter I'm going to do, out of all the helicopters that come in that kit, they actually got that one in the book with the tiger stripes on it. So I thought, right, it's got quite a few pictures on it. I thought I'll wait until that happens, and then go from there. So that was that. I've been tinkering with my 737, which is behind the camera here, because the wing tip broke off. As a matter of fact, can I get it down? It seems to be stuck. It says, so basically this is Big Plane Kits SAS 737. So as you can see there, the wingtip broke off, so I've just put a little bit of filler in the tiny little hole that was in there this morning. So I've got it all on, and it's all hunky-dory. And then I noticed that the jet cowlings, one side that was a bit sticking out, and I thought, I can't leave it like that, so I'm gonna have to sand it. As long as it's been like it, I've had to sand it. And then I was on about repainting the black eyeliner around the cockpit, but I don't know yet. But she's nearly finished, so all I've got to do is whack the decals on, put the aerials on top, and I think there's an aerial on the bottom, yep, and then she's good to go. And the Pan Am one I did, and that's sat there. Anything I've got to do is put the undercarriage on. It's all a bit slow, because what happens is work comes in from Revel, so I have to just drop everything and crack on with that. But the couple of ones I've got from Revel at the moment, is the one I'm having a bit of trouble with. It's already out, so it's no secret, but I had trouble with paint. So this 737 was sprayed with Halford's old appliance white. For some unknown reason, they've changed the design of their can, so the cans are all like this now, and they've got a lot of different numbers, but where it says here gloss spray paint, on the appliance white it doesn't say appliance white, it just says gloss white paint, and that's it. And so I asked the chap whether they'd changed their paint supplier, and he said I think they have. And of course with the jet, and I'll show you another one. So what happened was, is it all goes on, so this is a Lufthansa Revel 747, so it all goes on, and then what happened was when I went to mask up to do the grey underside, I put the tape round here and it pulled all the paint off. So I thought, well, what's going on? So I've sanded it back, and I thought, right, I've just got to re-prime that, and then I've got to get another can of that white, and then respray it and hope that it bloody sticks. Well, I had the same thing with the other aircraft, and when I put the masking tape on, the paint had a reaction with the masking tape glue, the glue had a reaction with the said white, and it just tore the entire fuselage of white off in crips and craps. And I thought, oh no, so I had to basically, this one I haven't, this one I've just sanded the patch down because it was only one area there, and I've just got to respray it. But the other one I had to strip back, totally strip back, and I used this, right, best stuff ever, and you don't even use much of it. And I've used that, and I've had to take it all back to bare plastic, which didn't take long. It's funny, all you do is you paint that stuff on, just antagonise it, so it you know, it just keep going like that with it, and then all of a sudden you just get a cloth, go like that, back to plastic. Brilliant stuff. Can't argue with that, can you? So yeah, so that's what that is. This one, like I say, all I've got to do is respray that patch there. That's it. Mother killing son on the table, the cat. And then I've just got to paint all the underside. But yeah, it's just a bit of a pain in the butt, you know, when you're trying to do something and then all of a sudden it goes bloody wrong and you're virtually at the finish line. So yeah, so I've got a few. I haven't got much in the way of much here to do. I mean, the A400M is still hanging about up there. It's quite a big old unit, that one. I think I've got a couple of armour platings to do on the outer engines. Yeah, I think yeah, and then I've just got to do the silver trim on the front, but I'm gonna have to get an aluminium to do that because I painted it and I didn't realise that it was polished aluminium, so it looks like chrome silver. It's bloody awful, but yeah, it's just a bit too bright for a military aircraft. Funny, I saw one last night come over the house. It was quite low. I think it was 18,000 feet, so yeah, it was quite nice to see. So yeah, so I haven't got much here. Like I say, there's a couple hanging around that are still up there, but I've only got 148 things. But yeah, no, I'll have to do a video on the Beluga. I'll do a video on the Audi, and then we'll crack on maybe with another part on the big bike, see if we can get that looking like a proper, you know, frame and rear swing arm, and yeah, just see how it goes. But I'd have to give a shout out to all the people that come into Model Works in Newhaven that support me on my channel. Hi guys, thanks very much for joining me. I always look forward to seeing all the people there. You know, it's really nice. It's a good atmosphere. It's not a massive shop, but we do our best. And yeah, you know, come down and we have a laugh. Yes, it was a really good day. I've now got a helper, Justin. All right, mate. If he watches, I don't know, but I've given him a sticker, so I've told him what my channel is. So no doubt he probably will have a look. I think he did. I think he did say he had a look the other day. But yeah, so I've got Justin who works with me now down there. He's a lovely chap, and like I say, all the customers that come in, and everyone that has taken a sticker from me, a big hi. How you doing? Enjoying the sun? Oh, it's lovely down there at this time, you know, when the sun's out. But yeah, no, it's great. It was great to see a few. I mean, was it Raphael came in the other day? Yeah, nice to see you, mate. Look like you've been working out. Looking in better shape than I am, anyway. But yeah, it was nice to see him. It was nice to see Robin. He came in as well. I don't know if Robin watches the channel, but if you do, Robin, hello, mate. George and Neil, they're two regulars. Who else we got? Ben. He watches my channel. Ben with the A10. All right, mate. Get some paint on it. I've given you you got the correct paint there now. But yeah, crack on. Actually, Ben, if you did want to put the correct colours on it, then it's these here. So you got was it Real Colours RC 920? That's that one. And Real Colours RC 919. So there they are, 19 and 20. But they're the real colours for it. And this here, bud, is my one. And yeah, it doesn't really show up much in this epoxy light, but yeah, basically that's the Great Wall Hobby A10. Yeah, that was done with them paints. I'll try and get it low in the light, but you can see the definition between the light grey and the dark grey, so it sticks out with the colours that you was going to take from what they put on the plans, 307, 308. It would have looked like this one that I've got up here. Let's see if I can get it down. I bet I can't, because I can't bloody reach it because I'm too short, but yeah, you never know. Oh no, I have managed to get it down. So it would have looked like this one, where if you look at this, the only way you could see it is if you get the different shines on the paint. But other than that, it's a bit of a struggle to see the two different colours on this one. But yeah, no, but that's the F15. That's Tamiya's F15. But yeah, no, you've got the, you know, the colours that you went away with. But if you wanted the really accurate colours, then it's those two bottles there. But other than that, you'll do just fine, and it'll look like, you know, what it's supposed to. So yeah, I wish you all luck with that one. Who else was there? There's a few, I can't remember. Oh, Josh came in. Josh with Jack, yeah, there too, and he brought his cart down, which was very nice to see. Right, mate, give you a shout out. Who else was there? Now there's Paul with the Audi R8. He never came down, but I think he watches my video. Paul, if you're there, I did do the video. I did show the thing, how far I've got with it. Anyway, there will be another video coming up on that later. But Paul, hope you're having fun in this nice weather. Don't work too hard, buddy. Yeah, that's about it for now, because I can't remember everyone. But everyone that did come in, everyone that's seen me, everyone that's said hello, you know, come in the shop, that's the lot of you. Whether you watch this channel, whether you don't, a big hello. Right, I'm going to have to call it a day now, because I just see there's loads of spider poo all over this, and I thought, ugh. I've just touched it. So I'm going to have to mop that lot off. So there is a spider here, but I never see the bloody bugger. I've got cobwebs, and I think I over these, all right, these cobwebs, and within a month they're back, like in force. But I can never find the spider. I don't know where he is. I don't know where he hides or where he is, but he's there somewhere and he's creating that mess. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day because this is 25 minutes of talking bollocks. So on that note, take care, stay safe, like and subscribe because it's all for free. I'll see you in the next one.